Hello everyone, my name is Fatima Mahmood. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. This video reflects my own views and opinions, no one else's, and it's not been pre-approved or endorsed by any federal agency or other employer, academic program, or membership association. I'm going to do a series of small videos that share federal application tips that some people might think are a little bit different or unusual. The first one is going to be about performing your own gap analysis. The target audience for this video and series are federal government employees and people seeking a federal position. However, people in other aspects of government like local and state may benefit from this video, and perhaps even people from nonprofit and private sectors may benefit. Before I go into defining a gap analysis, the first thing I want to talk about is the actual job posting that you're seeing on USA Jobs or a federal agency's own website like the Federal Reserve. Whenever you see a job posting that you're potentially interested in, I want you to save it to PDF or print it to PDF, or copy and paste it over into a word processing document, whether it's a desktop MS Word or a Google Doc. Keep like a really soft version in a Word document, and always save the links to where you found this job posting. I think all those are really great tips. One reason among many that I want to do a gap analysis video is that when I do a Google search for job gap analysis or skills gap analysis, what comes up in all of these is a process that is internal to an organization or a potential employer that's hiring, and that these hits are not specific to the job seeker, the job candidate, in understanding will they be a good candidate for the job posting, the job opening that's available now. So let's get into what I mean by a gap analysis, and you would do one for every single job announcement that you are considering. Once you get very familiar with this activity, you could potentially just do this in your head, but I think when you're starting out, typing up this type of gap analysis document is going to be a very good analytical activity for you. So as I mentioned before, I want you to save your job posting not just on the internet, but have it in a PDF or have it in a Word document in your own records so you can always go back to it, because you never know when a job posting link is going to be taken down. This is a simple Word document. I encourage you to use whatever word processing document works for you. And I divided it into simple 3 sections. Definitely can do, sort of can do, or can't do, never had prior experience. I want you to have this Word document open, and I want you to have the job posting open as well. And as you read through the job posting to understand what is the actual job, the duties, the responsibilities, and the expectations of the federal employer, I want you to copy text over from the job posting and place them into these 3 categories based on your work and life experience so far. So as you read the various responsibilities, duties, and expectations, there's going to be items that you see that you can say, yeah, I can definitely do that. I've done that before. That goes into the first category. Then there's going to be things where maybe you've done a little bit of it, or you've done something related but not exactly that task. Bring that over to sort of can do. And then with every job, there might be items that are expected that you can't do or you never had prior job experience to do. That's fine. Still, this is a worthy exercise. So after you've done reading and analyzing the federal job posting, you should be able to fill out these 3 sections. Once you step back and look at your gap analysis, you will be able to say to yourself, I feel strongly that I would be qualified to do this job and will make it through the government hiring process. You could say to yourself, I think I can sort of do it and I want to try. I'm a believer that there's no harm in applying to federal jobs. So you practice the experience. You're always going to be learning something as you do the applications. And you can also figure out, hey, there's a lot that I've put in the can't do, never had prior experience section. Therefore, I don't think I'm qualified for this job now. And you could also, as a result of having a lot in that section, realize I thought I might find this job interesting, but actually now that I think about it and I've been analytical about it, I don't think it's the right fit for me. All those interpretations after you do your analysis, all those summaries are valid summaries. The next thing is that once you have the job posting, you're looking at that, you're looking at your analysis, and you're looking at your existing resume. Those three things can help you then create a separate resume for the job that you're applying that is very specifically tailored to the job posting you're responding to. So that resume will have how you wrote your resume before. It'll show you how to highlight things from your gap analysis that should go on the top of your resume or should be very prominent in your tailored resume. And it should be taking in language from the job announcement themselves. So again, to be clear, the text that you put into your gap analysis is text directly copied over from the job posting. It's not your own interpretation. It's not your paraphrase. It's the exact language of how the job is being written by the people who are wanting to fill it. Because I'm a federal government paralegal, I'm going to use specific USA job posting examples that are paralegal, but these can apply to a wide variety of government positions. And also this analysis can also apply to sectors like nonprofit and private sector. So here is an old job posting from 2022 for a paralegal in the Department of Housing and Urban Development, Office of General Counsel. So here, a good place to start with your gap analysis is the duties. This duty section is quite specific. Other job postings I've seen across different job positions don't have such a detailed duty section. People often overlook the qualification sections, but I think there's a lot of meaty detail that is hidden away in this section that really tells people about what the job is actually about, whether it's paralegal or not. So here are very specific details. And down here, there's even more details to consider. Another section to not forget is this how you will be evaluated section, where they're going to tell you certain large buckets of questions they might ask you. So they're going to ask you for this job posting about your analytical skills, your communication skills, your research analysis skills. And if you take these buckets and you look back at the duties and responsibilities sections, you may see certain breakdowns, and that's great, but you should also think about other types of questions they may ask you underneath these big headers or buckets that haven't been spelled out in the job posting. So here is a different type of paralegal job posting for the Federal Trade Commission, and what they decided to do is for all the various offices that want paralegals, they're doing one aggregate or mega posting, and they're going to interview and hire people for different offices from this one posting. So the trick for you, the job seeker, the candidate, is how do you write a resume that is tailored when there's going to be so many different offices listed here. Here again is the duty section, and again, this is very detailed and very specific, so the language can be very clear here for you to bring over to your gap analysis. And they did a good job here. It says, if you are selected for this position, you may be performing some or all of the following duties. So these duties cover a range of offices, and it's a great extensive list. Here, after the education section, they have a bureaus and office section. So they listed out and described all the different groups within the FTC that hire paralegals and want to hire from this job posting. So it's several. And so if you read some of these descriptions, it may help you to go back to the duties section and figure out, okay, this task is a shared task that paralegals do across all of these offices, or hey, this particular duty seems to fit in with this particular office within the FTC. Another great way for you to figure this out is you need to use your social networks, in person or virtual, and you need to find people who work here who can help you better read and understand this whole job posting, or someone who's worked at a place like the FTC, like me, who can help you walk through and understand and better link up duties and tasks to specific paralegal use in very specific offices to help you again tailor your resume. I want to highlight a point that may be very obvious to some and not obvious to others, that only you can do your own gap analysis, because only you really know all of your past life experience and work experience. No one else can do this but you. You may ask a friend or mentor or colleague for assistance, but primarily all of this comes down to you. In a similar vein, writing your own federal resume falls completely on you. Some people get a lot of editing help. Some people may even pay professional consultants to write their federal government resume or any other resume for them, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, only you know everything about what you've done and not done and what you're qualified for, and only you are going to be held responsible in an in-person interview to answer questions about your resume and your experience. Now that you've watched this video, I hope I've convinced you to do your own gap analysis each time you're looking at a potential job posting. Thank you for watching my video. I'd love to hear from you on email at fmahmood@wellesley.edu. You can also find me on LinkedIn at that address. And if you do send me a connection request, please go ahead and send me a note. Before you go, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And please go ahead and watch my next video. Thank you.